Hey, what's up guys? A little bit of a slightly different style of video today. So everyone's been asking me, Amar, what are you picking for your LOL esports pick'em powered by AWS? And I was like, well, that's so simple, that's so easy. So I thought that I'd go over it with you guys just so, I could spread a bit of my knowledge and wealth. And this is collected from all the top players. Amar, and Amar. Those are my top 5. My top 5! Amar! Okay, so anyways, how many reverse sweeps will there be at Worlds out of 9 total best of 5s? So basically, I'm pretty sure there's going to be 3+, right? So Worlds is scripted, and last Worlds was pretty good. And honestly, I'd say that the only way they could really top it is by making there be 3 reverse sweeps instead of the main one last year. So, what will be the duration of the longest single game at Worlds? I think Riot's really going to milk it to get in that sweet MasterCard and Grubhub time for maximizing their ad money. So I think this is really going to be a very simple 55+. How many pentakills there will be at Worlds? I'm going to go 3+ just because of the same reasoning that I chose how many reverse sweeps there will be. I believe there's going to be 3+. And I know exactly who's going to get all of them. Which Drake will be killed the most at Worlds? This one's very simple. I mean, everyone's saying, oh, but Amar, these are going to be random. How are you going to know? Wrong. It's going to be Hextech Dragon. And here's my reasoning why. Now for how many Baron Steals there will be at Worlds. Now you're probably thinking, oh, Amar, it's probably going to be 9+, just so they could, top last year, like you said earlier. Wrong. There will be 0, because I have 0 chance of getting any bitches this year. Alright, and now for the champions. Now these are usually going to be a lot of majorly picked pro champions like Renekton, Zeri, Kai'Sa, Aphelios, champions like that. But I think I'm going to go a different way. I feel like I'm no better than all of the pro players. Therefore, I'm actually going to be putting up what I think they're going to be discovering and evolving mid-Worlds. Who will be played in the most different roles at Worlds? Gragas. I feel like Gragas is a very underrated pick in the ADC role. Crit Gragas is a bit of a fucking demon, but no one's really picked it up in the Pro League yet. I think the coaches really actually need to step up during this one. What champion will be picked the most at Worlds? Gragas. I think that Gragas is going to be picked the most because he could be played in all the roles and he's the best champion in the game. I don't think anyone's going to ban him either because they're all going to be in fear of that Gragosi. Who will be banned the most during Champ Select at Worlds? Skarner. I don't know why, actually. Why is Skarner going to be banned the most at Worlds of R? And who have the most total deaths at Worlds? And for this one, I'm definitely going to have to say Tryndamere. You're probably wondering, Amar, how is the champion with an ultimate that prevents him from dying going to have the most deaths at Worlds? The champion's going to have the highest win rate at Worlds, minimum 5 games played, is definitely going to be Gragas. Gragas will definitely be pick or pick, because he won't get banned, remember? So whichever team gets Gragas will instantly win the game, netting him a 100% win rate, and he will be played every single match at Worlds, mark my words. Now down to the good part, the players. Now everyone's been meticulously watching every single player that's been moving up and slowly grinding their way up to the top, to now be at the Apex tournament that we all dream of being in. So, who'll have the most different champions played at Worlds? Fudge. Now you're probably wondering, why Fudge? Didn't he get 2nd place and 2nd seed in the NALCS? Who will get the most kills in a single game? I think this is going to be, you guessed it, Fudge. I think he's going to get the most kills in a single game at Worlds. I think we're going to start seeing him pop off and actually have the team play around Fudge from now on, instead of, I don't know, whoever else they got in the ADC role. I don't remember his name. Who will have the highest KDA at Worlds? Oh, well that's really easy. It's gonna be Fudge. It's Fudge, baby. You already know Fudge is gonna be absolutely popping off. I honestly think that Fudge will not have a single death this Worlds run. Who will get the most First Blood kills at Worlds? Now, when we're thinking about First Bloods, we're probably gonna be thinking about who's gonna be interacting on the map the fastest, the earliest, and the most aggressive. Now, this is probably gonna narrow us down to some sort of jungler. Honestly, we might even have to give this one to Fudge. I think that Fudge's early roaming style is going to be really coming out during Worlds, and his performance is going to be absolutely peak. Who will get at least 1 pentakill at Worlds? Honestly, you're thinking it, I'm thinking it. there's been one player who's just been dominating the competitive scene recently, and has definitely earned his spot at the top. Eminus. Eminus, as you guys saw in the NALCS, did not have a single bad game. His game on Ari, he did not miss a single charm. And I don't think he made a single misplay. And his game as Yone, wow, those ultimates were absolutely game-changing, and honestly shifted the game into one team's favor. Which team from a region with 2 seeds or less will advance the furthest through Worlds? Now this pick honestly doesn't matter, because all of these teams are who Megalol, no one cares. So I'm just going to go for the team that has a funny name. Which team will win the shortest game duration at Worlds? Everyone's going to be looking at JDG, Billy, LNG. Everyone's a bit split between who's actually going to be dominating the fastest, depending on their bracket. And honestly, I'm going to have to give this one to G2. I think G2 will be winning the shortest game duration. Everyone underestimates G2, and that may lead to their demise, leading to G2 actually picking up probably one of the most game-changing, ridiculous games that we've ever seen in Worlds history. Which team will have the most Baron steals at Worlds? Well, honestly, this one doesn't matter because there will be 0 Barons done the entire Worlds. So I'm going to have to give this one to Flying Oyster. Which team will play the most different champions at Worlds? And you know we're going to have to give that one to Flying Oysters. Flying Oysters have been passing with flying colors all of their competitive... Flying Oyster! Which team will win Worlds? Cloud9. That's it, baby. I hope you guys enjoyed the video.